Here we have the hourly price chart for Supermicro Computer Incorporated, stock ticker SMCI. Okay, so here we're starting to see some very, let's call it interesting price action here. We're starting to see some two-way price movements that really do suggest that we could be, in the process of forming some false breakouts. In particular, we've previously pointed to this breakout price candle here, which posted. This would have been the July 15 trading session. Here we saw ultimate highs of 963.39. But it was a bit of an interesting, strange candle here because it was red. I mean, we saw, we're seeing kind of an upside break of this sideways trading range here. This is a bullish breakout. I mean, that's a bullish event. In addition to that, we were above the exponential moving averages, but at the same time, it was a red candle that quickly reversed from the highs. Anybody that is familiar with these stocks, or anybody that has been watching these videos on this stock, um, is probably aware of the fact that Supermicrocomputer is one of the worst in the market as far as generating false breakouts. I mean, it does happen quite a bit here. We pointed to this other example previously where the stock sort of broke out of its uptrend channel here, only to quickly reverse and post new lows. This is a fairly regular occurrence here. And this is one reason why this stock is it's a bit difficult to trade. If we're being completely honest here, there are lots of false breakouts that do happen from time to time, and a lot of upside and downside trading movements. So this is really the deep end of the pool with this stock. I mean, we are not playing in the kiddie pool with Supermicrocomputer. And if you're going to trade this stock, you need to have very, very clear trade planning with stop losses that are in place, because you can definitely see reversals in this name. The most recent example of this is clearly to be found right here. This would be the July 15 trading session, where we did see a clear break and an hourly close above this sideways trading range, only to see that today we're seeing now sharp price movements lower. We have fallen completely through the exponential moving average cluster, and we're now really starting to pressure this uptrend line, which we've been watching now for quite some time. This uptrend line really began roughly April 22nd of this year. It's been in place for quite some time, and we're really going to need to see a strong bounce here in order to preserve this uptrend line. As you can see here, we have had instances, and we can kind of drill in here a little bit. We have had instances where prices have spiked below this downtrend line, or sorry, up. I keep saying downtrend. It's an uptrend. This uptrend line. Sorry, I don't know how many times I said that. This is clearly an uptrend line. I don't know why I was saying downtrend. But we've seen price spikes below this level here, and then some fairly significant rallies higher. So this is absolutely a false breakout to the downside, because we're starting to generate some new highs in the process. But currently, this is starting to look a bit weak here, because we can only test an uptrend line so many times. And we've got several tests here. We've got one back here, two, quite a long test here for three. You can call that really more than one test. There was a fourth test with a possible false breakout to the downside, and then now we're testing this level again pretty severely with recent trading. So as you can see here, there are some definitely some volatile price movements, that really can't be denied. And now we have a price gap, which formed. Let's try to get some exact numbers here. Okay, so we're at roughly 875, just below there. Maybe 874.60 would be a better description of that level. And then this extends all the way down to roughly 846.15. So we've got a fairly large price gap here that will likely need to be filled. But we're probably going to need to see some upside gains here in the rest of the market. If you're following the broader market activity today, you'll know that there are many stocks that are trading under pressure. I just posted videos on Meta Platforms and Nvidia, and those stocks are just, I mean, especially Meta Platforms has completely fallen apart. I mean, that stock is in major trouble. It's falling down a cliff basically. And Nvidia's breaking some very important support levels as well. So, the tech space as a whole, the semiconductor space as a whole, there's a lot of selling pressure that's going on here. And in order for us to really see a bounce and preserve this uptrend line, I'm a bit skeptical at this point. I really don't see it happening. I think that this is probably going to be the final test here. We could see we haven't really broken below it yet. We're still roughly here. But we're really going to need to see a very strong open tomorrow, and I'm just not convinced that that's going to be happening. So if we do start to see some breaks here to the downside, the first level that we're going to need to watch here lower would come in at 773.50 roughly. This would be that spike low from July 1st, which is, we've been describing it as a false breakout to the downside. Because we did see a massive rally following this price point. But this really would be the next level of support that would need to be watched. It does get a bit difficult here to start to find near-term resistance points, though, near-term support and resistance points, because we're really going to have to start pulling out to the longer-term charts here in order to find some better trading levels. The first level to the downside that I would definitely be watching would be the 773.50 level, and then from there, we're really looking at a drop below 750. I would say we could definitely see a test of 745 here relatively soon. And then from there, we could quite possibly lose the 7 handle altogether, because the next level of support doesn't really come in until roughly 695, 697. So, this is not looking good at the moment. If we're looking at the indicator readings here, there's another major signal that's being seen here, because this is the hourly chart. So all the moving averages and the indicators take on a greater level of importance, but we're also seeing a downside break here in the uptrend momentum indication that was showing in the relative strength index, as we can see here, this white line down here. So we did break this level to the downside, and this does show that this upward trend in momentum has been broken, even while this trend in downward momentum has been able to maintain itself. So this is a bit worrisome here. Everything here is really pointing to the downside. We have not yet broken this trend line here, but I am not very optimistic at this point. I don't think I don't think a trend line alone is going to be able to support prices. The only thing I see causing a spike higher tomorrow in tomorrow's trading session would be if we were to see a very strong open throughout the market, broadly speaking. I mean, it would really need to be broad based, and we would need to see a very quick reversal here to the top side, because there's just no moving average support. We really don't have any Fibonacci support around here near these levels. So, it does look like we're about to experience a major trend shift here. And it does look like we're going to, we're definitely in store for some more selling pressure that's seen throughout the semiconductor space and throughout the technology sector as a whole. So here's the current market analysis for Supermicro Computer Incorporated, stock ticker SMCI.